Mr Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. Does he stand by his statement about the student loan scheme that, quote, economically it doesn't really stack up? If so, what, if anything, is he going to do to make the scheme stack up?
Mr Speaker, yes, yesterday I was referring to the fact that the government's student loan book is now $11 billion, but for every dollar we lend, we collect just 53 cents back. In the budget, Tertiary Education Minister Stephen Joyce announced changes to the system to make it fairer for both the taxpayers who fund it and the students who access it. The changes included requiring students to pass 50% or more of their full-time courses over 2 years to be able to keep borrowing, a lifetime limit on access to student loans, preventing permanent residents and Australians from accessing a student loan until they had lived in this country for at least 2 years, and increasing the study-linked student loan administration fee. To help students get out of debt sooner, we have introduced an early repayment bonus, and we have a highly successful voluntary bonding scheme available for doctors, nurses, midwives, veterinarians and, of course, teachers.
Grant Robertson.
When he told Victoria University students yesterday that, quote, there has to be a better way of doing it in relation to interest-free student loans, what better way did he have in mind?
The Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, firstly, all of those initiatives that were announced in the budget, and also the Minister of Tertiary Education is looking at ways to improve collection of loans from overseas-based borrowers.
Grant Robertson.
Can he guarantee that his government will not reintroduce interest on student loans?
The Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, that's my intention, to keep interest-free student loans.
Supplementary question, Mr
Grant
Speaker.
Robertson.
Does he stand by his statement in this House that interest-free student loans were an unaffordable and irresponsible cost to this country, and if so, will his government be reintroducing interest on student loans?
The Honourable Prime Minister.
No to the latter and yes to the former, and the reason for that is because it's factually correct, and that's because Labor, when they were in government, had the audacity to go out and tell the New Zealand public, and I quote, it would cost $100 million in the first year for interest-free student loans and rising to a total of $300 million a year. I'm advised, Mr Speaker, the current cost is $408 million and potentially rising.
Question number 9, Shane.
Thank you, Mr